Down on the left is Christmas Tree Gulch, so called because of the many different varieties of fir, spruce, and pine. 2 years ago, the Armour & Company turned a herd of 500 pigs loose in this gulch. When they went to get them last year, the pigs had eaten so many pine needles that they had turned into porcupine. Off to your right, among the evergreens, is the most profitable part of the company's whole enterprise, the famous Mount Manitou Boulder Farm. They're green now, but in the autumn they'll ripen and turn a golden yellow. We pluck them and ship them to Battle Creek, Michigan, where they are ground up to make grape nuts. We've just passed over the steepest grade on the road. Those of you who've been holding your breath may now let it go. Now, which way am I supposed to push this thing? If all these safety features fail, there's always 3 big springs at the bottom of the track. The Iron Springs Chateau, Manitou Springs, and finally Colorado Springs. Sometimes I'm asked, what if these all fail? Well, that just depends on how good a life you've led.
Every visitor to the Pikes Peak region makes inquiry regarding the white gash cut in the mountainside just west of Manitou Springs. Put on your hiking togs and a warm jacket and we'll ride to one of the highest points in the Rockies via the Mount Manitou Scenic Incline route, the route that is responsible for the scar on the face of the mountain. Rising at the rate of 3 feet per second, 167 feet per minute, these visitors will arrive at the summit in 16 minutes and find themselves 1/2 mile above the little station from whence they started. Here is a curious means of transportation. A cable road. Although the track is only 1 1/4 miles in length, the difference in elevation between the starting point and the summit is 2,600 feet, more than 1/2 mile. There is no chance of the car breaking away and taking its passengers for a roller coaster ride deluxe. Each car is permanently attached to a haulage cable, tested to 90,000 pounds. You'll say that even it might break. Let it break. 2 safety cables and automatic clutches stop the descent instantly. Oh, some killjoy among you might ask where you would go if all the cables broke. Well, that depends entirely upon the kind of life you've been living. Out beyond the green slopes of the mountain and from our position in the car, we can see a toy city and ribbons that are concrete highways. The world below is a small world to passengers on the incline coaches. Arriving at the summit, the visitor is free to spend the rest of the day according to his fancy. Our party has brought picnic baskets with them, and it is only a few minutes until a fire has been started and steaks are frying in the pan. High altitudes seem to affect the appetite, and drawing room manners are forgotten. Mount Manitou Park at the summit station has been equipped with facilities that almost bring your dining room to the top of the mountain. Benches, tables, open fireplaces, and sparkling mountain water are conveniences that enhance this perfect picnic site. Pardon us, we'll take a few minutes off for lunch. Meet Manitou, a genuine, unsophisticated Rocky Mountain canary, or burro to you Easterners. Manitou and his fellow beasts of burden make their living by hauling people over the well-known mountain trails that lead from the summit to various points of interest on Mount Manitou. They have made each trip so often that they know every foot of the way, and when given plenty of rain, will take you there and bring you back without a word from the rider. Once in a while, even Manitou goes on strike, and he may refuse to budge if he isn't so minded. It takes a great deal of coaxing, but when you finally get him moving, he is a sure-footed means of seeing nature in the raw. More thrills await us as we take a descending car. We confess that it is a little breathtaking as we glance downward and see the narrow track drop thousands of feet. But a glance backward reassures us that we are firmly held. An aviator would find this an ideal vacation trip, for he can be in the air and on the ground at the same time. Reluctantly, we leave beautiful Mount Manitou with its odd little elevators, but other curiosities await us, and back we go to Cheyenne Mountain.
Keep your arms, legs, and head inside the car because there's a black snake that will be rising up beside the car. If it tries to get in the car, slap it in the face and throw it out. On beyond the Gateway Rocks, that low line of hills you see is Austin Bluffs. At the base of these bluffs are located several tuberculosis sanatoriums. A young man came here from the east with only one lung. He stayed at one of these institutions for 6 months and went home with tree lungs. He'd married 2 of them. Straight out in front of you, you can see 125 miles, or across the Colorado-Kansas state line. We had a woman up here yesterday who said she could see her husband in Illinois flirting with a young red-headed girl. To the right of the gateway of the Garden of the Gods, that small white house you see actually covers 5 acres. It's the home of Mr. and Mrs. Aker and their 3 children. Notice the ragged insulation hanging from the electric wires to the left of the track. This is not caused by the weather, but the birds who are continually trying to eat the currents.